Well, hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So, today we are doing your September General Tarot reading. We'll take a look first at the overall energy with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from Spirit. So, let's take a look. Let's jump into this and see what is on the horizon for you. Ooh, the Fates. One of my favorite cards, Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. There is something fated and destined for you. That's all we have to say. Cancer, this is a beautiful energy. This is really kind of interesting too, because this is the number 17. 1 plus 7 equals 8, and the number 35, and 3 plus 5 equals 8. I feel like this is a destined connection. Okay, it could be romantic. It doesn't have to be, but this is like you and a soulmate of some sort coming into an alignment with each other, right? And it could be, for some of you, it could be maybe even a person from your past. I'm not saying it has to be, but it could be somebody that maybe you even met 8 years ago, or you went your separate ways 8 years ago, and, kind of like coming back together. Yeah, look at this. Oh my goodness. You've been manifesting this, almost praying for this. So this could be a family member, this could be a friend, this could be a romantic partner. It could be, for some of you, I just really feel like this is, it could definitely be somebody new, but I almost feel like it's really, I think it's somebody that maybe either you walked away from or they walked away from you. Another 8. And of course, 2024 is an 8-year. We're in an 8-year. This is something you cannot prevent happening, whatever this is. Yeah, seeing the truth. There's something here about understanding that the Ace of Swords is the energy of victory. It's also the energy of your truth, of seeing your truth, of how you all tied up. You have held yourself back from the joyous life that you have wanted. If this isn't a person, this is a situation where you're understanding that you almost like, they're saying, I don't know, I don't know that saying very well. You tied your horse to the wrong post, something like that. Like you could have tied your horse, right? You could have tied yourself, okay, to the wrong situation, the wrong person, the wrong job, the wrong house, the wrong whatever. It's almost like understanding that by making some choice that you made in your life, I think for some of you, this could be either, it's either, because you have the Hierophant and the Emperor. It could be somebody that you're married to. It could be that family, father energy there. It could be an institution, so an employer, or it could even be like a judge or somebody that's like in control, right? And it's kind of like you want to move in a different way. You have, I think, for some of you, this could be father and son energy. It doesn't have to be, but, like somebody that's older, right? Or above rank. Once again, rank. Somebody, I feel like you made a decision based on what somebody in authority. Okay, so it could have been your boss, it could have been your father, lots of male energy. It doesn't, so I'm going to say father. It could be, it could even be, like a religious leader, a government leader. it's almost like you tied yourself to this person or the thinking of this person, thinking that that was what was going to bring you happiness and joy. And now you're seeing that you're just like, you're tied to something that isn't bringing you happiness and joy. Yeah, you understand you have to end something in order to go towards something that really is joyful. It's like the idea of joy, perhaps, maybe even your idea of joy has changed. You're seeing a different perspective of, this could be a little bit like maybe you took the advice of a parent, okay? Father or mother, it doesn't matter. Or the advice of a grandparent. And you took it when you were young, okay? So you were the knight. You took it when you were young. And what you watched was that your parent or grandparent lived out their life, and what, they could have even passed now, and you're understanding that their life really didn't bring them joy. Like the way their life ended was not the way that you want yours to end, right? So it's kind of like understanding, wow, if I don't want to follow that lineage, that ancestral lineage, right? If I want something different for myself, it's almost like you're understanding I have to unhitch my horse from that post. I have to unhitch my thinking from that thinking. I have to allow myself to recognize, right, that isn't what I want for myself, and I have to make significant changes in my life. And this is all faded. This is understanding that this person, whoever this was, is, wow, it's kind of interesting because I feel like for some of you, this is a soulmate, right? And it could be a parent, it could be a grandparent, it could be an employer, it could be even a person that you could have read about, okay, or was in like globally or something like that, or some type of a leader that you may have said, oh my goodness, they have the idea, their ideas are right, I'm going to go in that direction. Like a business guru or a religious, leader, somebody, and you kind of like went in that direction, but you're understanding, my goodness, I'm coming to they could have come to the end of the line. You're understanding, if I don't want to, I feel like somebody has fallen off the cliff here. Not you, Cancer, but somebody that you're kind of like following, okay? And they're falling off the cliff, and you're understanding, if I continue on this path, I'm going to fall off the cliff too. This is understanding that person, even if it's a person you don't personally know, right? That you're understanding, my goodness, that relationship was fated to prevent you from falling off the cliff. This person could have, I'm going to say, like a drinking issue or just kind of like making wild choices. This is almost like somebody that makes like random choices. And and at one time you may have thought that this person was living the life, right? It's almost like, wow, they are really living the life. Like they have so many options. They're doing so much stuff. Wow, they got to figure it out. And this is, I think, the reality that you're understanding. Yeah, wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 4 major arcana. Could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Libra, a Leo. This is understanding that it's going to take a lot of strength and courage in order to allow yourself to step onto another path, right? To do the healing that you need to do. And I think for some of you, Cancer, I think you've already kind of have done this, but this person could be coming back around, or you're seeing it in a different light. There could even be like some kind of litigation that you're going through because of this person. Wow. This is just kind of like, I think it's like deja vu, right? It's kind of like maybe maybe this person did this to somebody else, and you watched it from afar and you were like, well, that's okay that, they took advantage of this other person or whatever. And now it's kind of like all, like, you can see it's going to happen to you. It's almost like this tidal wave, and you're kind of like, I got to get out of the way, right? I've got to make a quick exit or something. Because the thing here is that your obstacle here is that you're being whatever this is gaslighting, this is breadcrumbing. You're understanding, I need to get some help. Maybe for some of you, you're hiring a lawyer or something. If you're in a relationship, like a marriage, and this would be a little bit of the situation, like if you married somebody and you were the second, I'm a female, so say you were the second wife, and you saw that what they did with their first wife, right? Like cast her to the side and you were like, well, that's okay because, she was not that nice or whatever. Okay. So you kind of like dismissed their action. Okay. And now you're married to them and you're like, yeah, well, he wouldn't do that to me, and whatever. And now all of a sudden you're starting to, your intuition is telling you, wait a minute, I think this is about to happen to me. You've seen this person, whatever this is, repeat this pattern before. And it could be 8 years, right? Since you've seen this person or they've done this, and all of a sudden you're kind of like, it's getting ready to happen to me. Cancer, I know that this is kind of specific for maybe, not all of you. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're understanding. They broke your heart. Like, you have to allow yourself to go in a different direction. Archangel Michael is coming in to help you, to give you the inspiration, the motivation to go in a new direction. This is you understanding. You have to love yourself. Put yourself first. I feel like there's more that you can get. I think if you're in negotiations with this person, even if this is like a boss or some institution or whatever it is, it's kind of like understanding that you can receive more from this person. You've seen how this person really maneuvers. Okay? So allowing yourself not to fall prey, allowing yourself to get the professional assistance you need in order to get what you need out of this situation. Because I feel like you're planning an exit. Yeah, I think it's about kind of like being grateful, a little bit of being grateful for having the insight. There's very much like you're intuitively understanding. Like, you could be even kind of like going to a lawyer or a friend and saying, hey, I think something's happening. I got to get out of this situation. I have to go in a different direction. And your friend or somebody might say, but you don't have any proof. And you're like, intuitively, I know. Cancer, if you intuitively are sitting there and saying, I think something's going on behind the scenes, there is. And Spirit is coming in and saying, yeah, this is all fated, but it's okay. Allow yourself to release from this situation. There's something better for you down the line. Spirit you're having synchronicities or something. This could have something to do with work, okay, or your pentacles. If you're intuitively, it's like, oh my goodness. Or if you're in a scenario where you're trying to negotiate and it doesn't work out, and you're kind of like, oh man, I wish, like you get an offer and you're like going back and forth, and then you're like, yeah, it doesn't work out. Know that Spirit was like, yeah, that wasn't meant for you. It's literally the energy of dodging a bullet, of getting out of, they just keep showing me a tidal wave. Like, So let's see. Yeah, going in a different direction. I think you're worried about going in a different direction, right? You have the Two of Wands. I want to go in a different direction, but what is going to happen if I go in a different direction? Knight of Cups, expressing your feelings. We have the 9, lots of 8s and 9s. You're at the end of a cycle. I think, to be honest, you're seeing the truth of a situation. Like, you're literally seeing the truth, right? And you may not have any proof. This is the energy of seeing the truth in a person or a situation and just going, oh man, like, man, I didn't. It's almost like, I think you're grateful. There is something about being grateful. I think you're grateful that you're kind of like you can do something different now that will save you down the line, right? And I think you're grateful for that. And it's almost like you're, somebody could even remind you, oh, didn't they, kind of take advantage of blah, 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 like 8 years ago or something? And you're like, oh my gosh, yeah. Like, I'm getting ready to have the same thing happen to me. Yeah. You have perseverance here, okay? So perseverance is really about understanding that I think you really persevered through something here. And it's all working out in your favor. Follow your instincts, follow your intuition. Ask your spirit guides and angels for help in this. I think you have. I think the worst is behind you. It really and truly is. And yet, you have to allow yourself, let me see. Let's see what this is. How can I deepen my trust right now? Yeah, trust, surrender. Let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. This is you trusting yourself, not putting your trust in somebody else. Okay, and I know that there are people that you can trust, Cancer. Okay, so it's not like you can't trust everybody, but there's somebody. If you intuitively are like, I don't think I can trust that person. Okay, it's about understanding that you're right. You can't trust your instincts at this time. Yeah, this is really important. I want to pull one more card for you from the angels. And Cancer, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Yeah, it's almost over. I think for some of you, you have been like toying with this for a long time. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Oh, I love that, Cancer. I absolutely love that. I feel like this is something that's been playing on your mind for a long time. I think for some of you, you're recognizing that there was a different path available to you. And you may, I want to pull one more. I want to see where's this future going? I think you're going to understand that there is another direction. There was a choice you made maybe 8 years ago, right? There was a choice, could be 9, a choice that you made a while ago. And you're understanding, it could be 7 because of karma. 7, 8, 9 years ago. There was a choice that you made, and you're understanding now that choice brought you a lot of, I'm going to say, in some ways, agony, but a lot of spiritual growth. And now you're almost at the end of that. And I feel like for some of you, you're going to return, it's almost like you're returning back to having a choice again, and perhaps choosing what you didn't have 7, 8, or 9 years ago. Yeah, it's a family situation. It's kind of like the energy of a family that had a dispute 7, 8, 9 years ago, and the family split. and you understand that you tied your wagon. You tied your wagon, okay, not the horse. You tied your wagon to a person, okay? So it could have been a divorce, it could have been, some major family situation. You tied your wagon to a certain person, okay, thinking that was the path that you wanted. Perhaps that person was very, influential to you. Maybe that person had a lot of money. Maybe that person, you were in the family business or whatever with that person. You're understanding that when you allowed yourself to tie yourself to that person, you actually were also saying no to this other group of people that maybe were in your family, right? And you literally tied yourself up. This person could have been a narcissist. They could have been a narcissist. And you're understanding. You thought that was going to bring you a lot of joy. You thought that was the path that you wanted. There was good in that path. It was not all bad, because you did gain a lot of spiritual essence and wisdom by going on this path. Now you're seeing it in a different light. And I feel like you're returning back to this other set of family members, right? Understanding, oh, wait a minute, I made a different choice. It's a really lovely energy when you do that. I'll have to admit, it's understanding, persevering through all of this has brought you a deeper understanding of what is true joy. Yeah, you're going in a new direction. You don't see this coming. It brings you actually such a deep sense of family, of happiness, of joy by choosing differently. Wow. Just, Cancer, I'll have to say, reading your comments over the last couple of years, so many of you have been estranged from either adult children or family members of one way or another. This is the energy of a family, some family kind of reuniting, okay? Without, I'm going to say, without the toxic. So it's kind of like, an energy of true family love, of coming together, happiness, joy, having a fresh start. And I think for a lot of you, you just don't see this. This is coming out of the blue. Either you are contacting other people or other people are contacting you, okay? And it is a reunion. Wow, beautiful. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. I really and truly do appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. And I really appreciate all of your likes, comments, and subscriptions. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.